Hi, folks. My name is Jesse Cromwell, and my paper is entitled Canarian Migration, Immigrant Uplift, and the Complications of Transatlantic Marriage in the Saga of Domingo Galdona. This paper is about the back and forth of a conflictive union. It's about the confluence of poverty, migration, entrepreneurialism, and the Spanish imperial state. It's about how breaks from marriage led to opportunities, but also unexplained activities. It's about how the ongoing mobility of partners and challenges of transatlantic communications could affect the bedrock institutions of marriage and paternity. And it's about how these institutions could, in turn, disrupt schemes of upward social mobility. At the heart of this paper is the marriage of Domingo Galdona and Antonia Guerra y Baute. These were two Spanish subjects from Tenerife in the Canary Islands. Domingo left Antonia and an infant daughter that he had probably never met in 1757 to better the family's prospects in Venezuela. He was one of thousands of Canary Islanders who escaped poverty in the islands and made Venezuela and all sorts of locales in the greater Caribbean their home. As my paper argues, Caribbean migrants were important utility players in a host of Spanish Bourbon plans for imperial rejuvenation and retrenchment of Spanish defenses in the empire's peripheries. Domingo settled in Cumaná in eastern Venezuela and created a thriving hacienda growing cacao and sugar and housing enslaved Africans. He was an immigrant made good until his past caught up with him. In 1769, his wife Antonia filed suit to force Domingo's return to vida marital. And she wanted him back in Tenerife, and she accused him of neglecting, deceiving, and later abandoning the family. So the case developed in 1769 and 1770, and sort of there are pieces of it that go all the way to 1775. And this case really pushes the personal into the public and reveals how marriage partners cloaked their true desires in language that emphasized societal roles and obligations. Not only had Domingo been mobile during his separation from Antonia, but a slew of letters and possible payments and oral communications from travelers had circulated back and forth across the Atlantic over about 13 years. Antonia's suit emphasized her continued attempts to contact her husband, his false promises, all the ways he had deceived her, all the payments that have never showed up, right, and these sorts of matters. Even to the point of at one point she alleged that he had faked his own death to be rid of her. Domingos's response documented all the ways that he had attempted to provide for her. He detailed payments made. He vented his frustration about how he had attempted to provide for her in all these different ways, and how circumstances of distance and unreliable associates had conspired against him to keep his financial contributions and communications from reaching Antonia. And he asked over and over again to be able to send for her, but that he needed time to get his affairs in order and his hacienda in order in Cumaná. So these are the grounds of conflict upon which this case plays out. I look forward to talking more about this case of ongoing family migration and marriage disruption and transatlantic complication in greater detail with you next week. Thank you.